Hello, this video is about my homemade $2 primer flip tray. But first, let's talk about the purpose of a primer flip tray. If you use a primer pickup tube, your goal is to load all the primers into the tube and then use the tube to load your reloading press. So how do we do that? You of course have to use the tube to pick up your primers one at a time, and they have to be oriented a certain direction. In this case, the primers are oriented correctly to be used by the pickup tube. Unfortunately, there's not enough space around the primers to use the pickup tube. So what we have to do is to remove the primers from this plastic tray and then reorient them into the proper direction that can be used by the primer pickup tube. And ideally, the primers will be spaced apart to make it easy to get the primer pickup tube around each primer. And that is the purpose of a primer flip tray. But most primer flip trays will get your primers oriented in the right direction, but after you use them, all the primers are grouped together and you have to keep moving them around with the pickup tube to pick them up. Now let me show you the primer flip tray that I created. I just went out to my shop and picked up some plywood and I cut it into a square. It of course has to be big enough to hold the primers, but not so big that I cannot pick it up with my hand. Also, I wanted a smooth, textured surface in order to work with the primers. So I just went to a fabric store and for less than $2 I bought some remnant fake leather. And then I just cut it and stapled it to each piece of plywood. I intentionally did not glue the fabric to the plywood because I would not be able to apply the glue evenly and then I would not have a nice flat smooth surface. So by stapling in place, I have no bumps or ridges to be concerned about. And this is how we use the homemade primer flip tray to remove the primers and orient them in the correct direction. First of all, I remove the tray from its packaging. Then I place one end on top of the primers. I hold them securely and flip them, and then I remove the plastic container. Now as you can see, they're evenly spaced apart, but they're not oriented in the proper direction. They need to be smooth side up. So I take the next end, place it on top, and I hold it firmly with both hands, but I don't crush it because I don't want the primers cutting into the material. So I just turn it over, lay it back down, raise one end, and there we have it. All the primers are evenly spaced apart. The smooth side is up, which will make it easy to pick up with the pickup tube. I hope this information has been useful to you, and thank you for watching.